Hello. So this is a series that will teach the basics of programming with Polytoria, um, like variables and whatnot. I like to specify a couple things first off. First of all, this is for 2.0. This is the old version of the editor. This is 2.0. The old version is still alright, but 2.0 is just much better, and you should probably learn it instead of this, because this is where the platform is going to be heading, and this is what's going to be standardized. And the second thing is, you do not need a background in programming for this. I will teach about the basic concepts like variables, functions, all of that. Um, if you have a background in Roblox, I'll specify differences, but that's it. So, to start off, you want to press create up here, and then go to worlds and press launch creator to launch the creator. You should also have Polytoria downloaded. So here's all your projects. I'm just gonna open up a new one. And when Polytoria, also it's going to be going on your desktop, so you can choose if you want this on your E drive. I'm gonna keep it like this. I'll name it tutorial project. Also, whenever you open the editor up for the first time, it's gonna prompt you asking which editor you want. I have it set to like script editor. I have it set to be built in, so you can just get it. You can have it set to anything you want. You can have like Visual Studio, I think IntelliJ as well. I have it set like this, but if you want to do it like Visual Studio, that's perfectly fine. Alright, so the first thing we're going to talk about is the interface with Polytoria to get used to it. So here you have all your tools, move, rotate, and scale. So this is just to like select stuff, and you can drag it around with your mouse, and also you can control this like a video game. You have WASD to move around, and it's relative to your camera, which hold right click to turn that around. Here is this. The select tool is just dragging around. The move tool, you can move on an axis. This is the x-axis, this is the z-axis, and this is the y-axis, up and down. So, um, rotate, you can just rotate this around again on the x-axis, z-axis, or y-axis. Also, to undo, you can press Control Z. Undo is kind of weird. Sometimes it just like reselects the stuff, but and here's scale. Again, scale out on X, Y, X, and Z. And here, what this is the spawn location. We'll get that into a property, which can be set in the properties. We'll talk about that in a bit. Here's the toolbox. You can get anything you want. For now, we're not going to use it for this series, but you can use stuff that people have made, like this pine tree here. And sometimes it takes a bit of time to load, but it's going to start appearing. Here's the file browser. This has all your assets. Use the Explorer. You can find stuff like the environment. The environment here is everything you can see. Oh, here they are. Environment is, oh my gosh, everything you can see, like the spawn location or this base plate. Lighting has the sun here. Script service is where all your like server scripts will be put. And it's the inventory, GUI, and stuff like achievements. Alright, and the last thing is the properties window. You can see I was talking about earlier. So this is a spawn location. If we spawn in, pressing this is the run button, we will spawn here all the time. If you have multiple spawns, then you can it'll choose like a random one. It's set here by this is spawn button, and properties are just like everything that makes it up, like its material, like its concrete or brick, its shape, color, if it's the spawn, uses gravity, its velocity, which is something we'll talk about later, anchored, which is if it will stay still or not, if it's affected by physics. Can collide, pretty self-explanatory if you can walk through it. Um, and archivable, just keep this on all the time. If you don't have this, then it will just basically delete itself. So we can test now. See, now I can walk through it because I turn the can collide off. And properties are one of the ways you can like change stuff in Studio or in this Polytoria editor. Like if you want to, let's say, make this invisible after a few seconds, you can do that. In fact, let's do that right now. So to add a script, you just press add script. Have it set to a server script. We'll get into what that means later, but for now, just have it as a server script and create. Oh, delete this. Sorry. And add a script, create, and double tap it to open up. Depending on which editor you chose, if you choose the built-in editor, instantly pop up here. If you choose Visual Studio or like another code editor, it will pop up on your screen. So the first thing we're gonna do, this is the first line of code. Anyone writes, "Hello world." So type print. What print does is it will print something in what's called the console. You can open the console up by pressing F8. And it will display hello world here. So save that, press Control S to save your script, alternatively here, and then press playtest up here. And if we press F8, we see hello world and our console. You wrote code. I'm so proud of you. Hopefully. Okay, so these are print statements. You can also do other things with print statements. You can do different types of print statements like warn, but we're not going to get into that right now. So that's print statements. Another thing I wanted to tell you about was, excuse me, variables. So the way we write a variable is you type local and then the name of your variable, like do spawn, since we're gonna get the spawn, and equals, and there's gonna be the value it's set to. So it could be like a number, it could be a string, which is text. Or, sorry, let me make that more clear. And it could be a decimal. Think of some other data types. Some other data types. Color, it could be a color. A boolean, which is true or false. You can use that for if statements. It could be a color. Or it could be an instance. And what an instance is anything here, so like the base plate or the camera, script, the environment, the sun, inventory. Those are all instances. There's two ways to get the spawn. One way is getting script. Script in this case equals the script, the current script you are in. So this script, that is what that equals. And parent, script.parent. This is how you get the parent object of the script. So this is the child object of spawn, and spawn is the parent of script. How you get the spawn, you could also do it that way. You could also do it game, which game contains everything, or maybe it's world. I don't know. Okay, spawn 2. I need to change the name. Is world. And where this differs from Roblox, in Roblox you would do like environment. But you don't do that in Polytoria if you're getting a child. You still do that if you're getting properties like this, like the parent. Just the parent is a property. Pretty sure it is. Can't find it here. It's okay. But if you're getting instances like a child of an instance, then you would do this. Or you could do alternatively find child, or you could do alternatively wait for child, but we'll get into when you need those later. So you could do world, environment, and spawn. Both of these work. Both of these way work. Personally, if it's close enough, let's just do script.parent to get the parent object. So now what we're going to do is change the spawns. Spawn. Dot anchored. Actually, let's do can collide. Spawn anchored equals false. So this should make it unanchored. So now it can roll around. And another thing we can do to show that this is actually changing, we can add a wait. This is a delay, and you put in the amount of seconds. So wait, these colons, or like braces, the things, I don't know. You know what these are. And then add the time you want to wait. Do that, so it will wait 1 second before unanchoring itself, and then it will be unanchored. Let's increase that wait time actually to 5 seconds. So here it's unanchored, it's not moving right now, but after 5 seconds, now it's unanchored. So that's one way. It's not a very practical use of I mean, if you want to do Sisyphus Simulator, but that's not what we're trying to do. Someone should make Sisyphus Simulator. But yeah, those are some other ways. And colors, you can also change colors. Colors are kind of weird in this. I don't know if they've changed it ever since the old version, but the way you get a value is you get the color you want, so you can change it to like this. You get the color you want, and then this contains all your RGB values. So like 255, and then you get your RGB value, and you divide that by 255. So that would be 1. So for simplicity's sake, we'll do 1, 1, 1. So this will, it's done by decimals, which is kind of weird. So like if you want a certain color, use 0.5, but you don't go above 1. I don't know why they do it that way, but after 5 seconds, this should change color. There we go. It's gray now, and you can, or white. You can kick it around, and yeah. So that's this is variables and weights. One more thing before I go, before I end this, is I want to talk about comments. So the way to make a comment is you put 2 dashes, and anything past that the script will completely ignore. So you can put notes like this waits 5 seconds. This is just to keep notes for yourself, or if you're working with other people, you keep notes on how this stuff works. Oh yeah, and you can also use them if you don't want a piece of code to run. So like if I don't want this wait to run, I can put a comment so it won't run. So I put that comment there. Now this won't run at all. This will instantly go. So yep, it's talked about in this tutorial about prints. We talked about variables, and we talked about changing properties, and also weights, I guess, and comments. I know it's a lot, but if you have any questions, just ask in the comments. Remember, press Control Save. Save your work. Bye bye.